Oh my God.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's the Digs with Dee Dee. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. I burnt my ham, but we're not going to talk about that. We had ham jerky, but it was still good. We made it work. Everybody was okay. Everybody survived that situation. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into the video that I'm going to be speaking about today. We're going to go right on down to the Hellfires of Atlanta, back to Love and Hip Hop. And I'm just keeping a little bit track of the situation with Lil Scrappy and, one of his threesome companions in which he did conceive a child with. Remember, I did the video. He was bragging about that in the barbershop. So now it looks like this person has basically stepped into, I don't know, is she his girlfriend? What is going on here, you guys? Is she overstepping her boundaries? I think so. So we're going to just watch a little bit of this video. It is a short that I seen online. Looks like him and baby mama number 3 are having a conversation. And is it a coincidence that she's baby mama number 3 and the baby was conceived by a threesome? This is just a crazy situation in all, you guys. But let's get right to the video.
Y'all did a little podcast, and I was shocked and appalled to see your mother take out a DNA test with the short Dora the Explorer wig.
Number one, this is something that I really don't understand. And this is not something new. What is the issue with people having a problem with somebody wanting a DNA test? I don't get that, y'all. You wasn't his wife. You wasn't his girlfriend. You wasn't his fiance. You were someone that he slept with. I'm assuming this was an isolated incident. Maybe the first time he slept with you was this threesome situation. So why are you offended by his mom, Momma Dee? And keep in mind, Momma Dee has had her moment. I've seen from Momma Dee this season, in just the clips alone that I've seen, I see growth in Momma Dee. What do you guys think? Because I remember when she first came on the show years ago. See, I was an original OG Love and Hip Hop Atlanta watcher. Like when the whole Stevie and Jocelyn thing was going on, I was watching the show at that time. So I have seen when she first hit the scene, when Lil Scrappy and his mom and all of them first hit the scene. And I feel like she has had a change in her life or something, but she's also getting older. And with most of the time, this is how it should be, y'all. With age should come wisdom. So I feel like his mom talking to her son, convincing her son that he needs to get a DNA test with this child is a smart thing to do. I would do that. I have one son, and I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care if somebody comes forward and says that they're pregnant by my son, they're getting a DNA test. My son's getting a DNA test. Because I have seen one too many times, and we have all watched Paternity Court and Maury and all them shows. I've seen one too many times men being responsible and stepping up to the plate for kids that ended up not being theirs, and them being all caught up in child support court. Sometimes the men have even went to jail, y'all, over kids that wasn't even theirs because they wasn't smart enough in the beginning of the situation to get a DNA test. I had a cousin, well, I'm saying had a cousin. He is my cousin, but I have a cousin who kind of got offended because I said that to him. He was messing with some girl, and long story short, she was texting him, but thought she was texting another dude about him and talking about him and saying, yeah, I got him giving me the money for this baby and this and that. She had just had a baby that was an infant at the time, saying it was my cousin's baby. My advice to him was get a DNA test, because if she's texting another guy talking about how she's using you for money for this baby, that right there don't even look right to me. So I feel I'm behind a DNA test 100% as a mother. I'm behind it as a friend. I'm just behind it, y'all. But blood is blood. And if a DNA test says that a child isn't yours, biologically, the child is not yours. It is your decision then after to say if you want to still take care of the child. But let's continue the video, y'all.
Have a Dora the Explorer with.
I've already had conversations with this woman, like, I don't got time for this. I don't give a about none of this. I don't give a about a Lil Scrappy, a Momma Dee.
You definitely give a about Lil Scrappy, or you wouldn't have had that baby.
Listen, I lost my mother this year from cancer. My mother passed
Her
away.
mama died from cancer.
Yeah, but while I was pregnant with our son, and the media was trashing me, and now I have your mother trying to trash me as well by bringing out a DNA test.
This is what I tell people all the time about my mom. Like, my mom do.
And condolences for her losing her mother. I lost my mother in 2012, and I did a video about that. And, you know, it's hard. You have one mother. And when you lose your mom, you're never the same after that. When you lose any parent, I believe you will never be the same. That hurt, it never leaves you. And my condolences to her for losing her mother. But what does that have to do with you getting a DNA test? And disrespecting his mom, saying that she had on a Dora the Explorer wig. That wig had a part, honey. It didn't have a bang yang. Dora wigs got the bang yang and got the bob bob. She just had a part, honey. It wasn't a Dora wig. It was a part down the middle and it was a bob. You know, she disrespecting his mother because his mother wants a DNA test, which she can ask for that and she can suggest that to her son. Ultimately, it's her son's decision to have one or not. I don't know, y'all.
This is what I tell people all the time about my mom. Like, my mom do stuff from the heart, but by the time she show the action, it be all up. I know my mom just want to be there for you, and she just overdo that.
You know what, since I'm an adult,
I'm
gonna take a little bit of time because I'm an adult and you know, like, I like to be on cool. I'll just have a...
You're an adult who conceived a child from a threesome. Like, why is she trying to talk to him like she's above her own situation? What is happening, y'all? What is who? Why? Y'all?
Respect you as the father of my son.
But still, look, you gotta calm down.
I am.
You know what I'm saying? The disrespectfulness to mother dearest, you feel me?
So who's paying for my house?
Huh?
You paying for my house?
When we find one, because you got to come down here like...
Are you gonna pay for it, baby daddy?
Now she's asking him in this scene who's going to pay for her house. I don't know what's going on here, y'all, because from what I know, he's not even a person who pays bills. I mean, y'all, he's not even a person who pays bills, y'all. We seen that with his ex-wife. I have a clip right now of his ex-wife Bambi talking to her friends. I don't know if this was around the time they was still married or if they was about to get a divorce, in regards to Scrappy and how he handles his bills, y'all. Hold on one second. I'm
gas bill, light bill.
Right.
Nothing. I manage our household. And he keeps not paying his rent. So because he's been behind on his half of the rent, I gotta find somewhere else to live.
I'm sorry, boo.
Scrap has been...
Now she out here with 3 of this man's kids talking about he's behind on the bills, y'all. He's not even paying his bills. So this situation between them was maybe a year or so ago. So here we go, fast forward into 2025. He has another child with another woman, and he's in this scene talking about he's about to buy her a house, y'all. Other than Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, what is he doing for himself? And I remember conversations way back in the early seasons when he was still with Erica. He is not a person who is good with money. Erica used to argue with him about the same stuff that Bambi had to go through with him. And I mean, it looks like it might be the future of this girl if he hasn't changed in regards to how he deals with his finances. That's why Erica had to take him to child support, because he was not even giving her money for their child. He was out here buying chains, clothes, Gucci down to the socks, y'all, but wasn't even giving her no money for their child that they have together. So this is Bambi last year.
His own time. He does things when he wants to, when he feel like it. And so I'll make my payment and I'm thinking everything is good. And then weeks later, the landlord, they're like, hey, like we only got partial payment for this month. So now Here I am, pulling it together for my kids, trying to find us another space to live in.
But that's that selfish that I argue with him about all the time, Bambi. I'm serious. I just don't like the
Did
fact.
you hear Rashida? That's why I said Scrappy has a history of being like a child in regards to how he deals with his finances and taking care of his responsibilities and his kids, y'all. That's why this new girl talking about, are you about gonna buy me a house? I cannot help but to think that this is all just for TV, y'all. These people are so fake. First of all, like I said on my other video, how you've been on this show for years. I don't even see how you don't have a home. Like, you're not paying a mortgage. You haven't got your mind right to fix your credit to get a house. And from what I know and what I've heard, housing in Atlanta is cheaper than it is a lot of other places, y'all, around this country. There's places where real estate is very, very high. I do believe Atlanta is not one of those places. So I don't see how this man hasn't been able to get his mind right, get himself together. Well, I can see how, because he's always dipping and dodging and in somebody's bedroom, making a baby, having a threesome, still acting like a child, y'all.
I just don't like the fact that he doesn't understand all the things that go along with being a mother. Not once, not twice, 3 times.
Yes.
And you have little bitty kids running around the house.
Right.
And you're trying to hold everything down. You know, I know.
I knew his character.
And, you know, Momma Dee was always a person who got her sons back. She always believed Scrappy. She's going to be 10 toes down for her son. And when that came out with Bambi talking about him not paying their bills and they was about to get put out of their place, and, you know, she had to find a new, well, actually not about to get put. I do believe it came down to that they had to find another place to live because that landlord, like every other landlord, ain't having it. You're not paying your bills. You can't stay here. Momma Dee was believing her son. But then it was a video that came out. I do believe this came out this year. I'm not sure, y'all, but there was a video that came out that basically Momma Dee was saying that she found out that everything that Bambi was saying about Scrappy not paying his bills was true, y'all. So she had to eat that. She was like, you know, sorry to Bambi. She said, I don't like her as a person. We don't get along like that. But I apologize for not believing her when she was trying to tell me about my son. So that's why I said I really do think Momma Dee has grown. Like, she has became wiser within these years because I just see it in her, y'all. And especially even the way that she's handling this new woman that Scrappy is dealing with in regards to a child. She's being a lot more mature than she was before with like Bambi and with Erica. So I don't know, y'all. I'm going to try to find that video as well. Hold on, y'all. So here's the video of Momma Dee saying that she basically admits that she was wrong in regards to Scrappy.
I don't like certain people, but I don't hate them. I think they have a right to their discrepancies and whatever. I wish I had been notified 2 years ago of my son's shortcomings. I had to find out that Bambi wasn't lying. She wasn't lying, y'all. She wasn't lying on that issue. That. He was so late. And then they would have to pay $400 late fee on rent. It's okay. She wasn't lying. I don't like her, but she wasn't lying.
And I can only imagine what their rent was because the higher your rent, the more you have to pay in regards to your late fees when you don't pay your rent on time. So this man basically now saying that he's going to buy this new girl a house, the one that he, conceived a child with through a threesome. We'll see what's going to happen, y'all. I feel like this is cap. I feel like it's all for TV. So we're just going to stay, I'm going to stay in tune with this situation, you guys, and keep doing videos about this. But I do think the girl is delusional. I don't know what he's feeding her. I don't know if he's saying he's going to be with her. She in there rubbing his feet, giving him all types of kingly treatment that I don't feel like he deserves because you didn't put no ring on her finger and you're not making her any promises, at least in front of the camera that we can see. So, I mean, obviously he says that he's going to buy her a house, but you guys will stay tuned on that one because we've heard Scrappy make promises like this to the other women in his life, and it has not turned out good. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Have a great one, y'all.